there, welcome back. As you may have noticed, Wayne is back doing a demonstration for us. Welcome back, Wayne. We've missed you. Right, lots of things happening with the project that Wayne is making. So there's lots of parts to it, lots of moulds. And I'm not going to tell you what it is till almost at the end, I think. But you can probably see there's what looks like a tree, maybe some sort of animal. A lidded pot. I'm really not sure what that one is. Well, actually, I do know what it is, but, you know. Guesses in the comments box as to what you think it might be. And all the lovely things that we're going to use. This is some beautiful leftover glitter, which is from Helena at Resin Detra Supplies and Jules at Resin Jules. It was from their Be Inspired kit. So if you haven't seen our unboxing of that kit and the video, why not have a look on our playlist? We're also going to use a lovely mix of faux pearls. Now we've used that in the previous video, 3 videos to this, where we've made some lovely autumnal or fall themed bowls. Why not check those out? They're worth a watch. If you're new to us, why not consider subscribing? It's free. To subscribe, you have to have a YouTube account. YouTube accounts cost nothing to set up. And and then hit the notification bell so you know whenever we're going to premiere or upload videos for you to watch for your enjoyment on YouTube. We usually do that 3 times a week, although because October is almost with us, like next Tuesday, 1st of October, we will be doing a couple of extra ones and probably a collaboration at some point as well. All Halloween. We're not doing loads and loads of Halloween videos this year, probably 2, maybe 3 maximum, and then the rest I think we're going to go with a black and white theme. So here we go. Wayne has got a little paper cup, and he's added in some of these lovely little seed pearls. Now these are seed pearl beads. They're faux pearls as well. They're not real pearls. And they, I can't put a link in the description box, unfortunately, for those, because they've just come from our stash that we've had. And we worked out the other day, we've had them over 20 years. We used to make beaded jewellery and things over 20 years ago. And we thought, why not recycle? Rather than buy new, let's see what we've got that we can use. So he has added some of these lovely little stars. So we've got a sort of bluey mauvey colour, a lilac colour, a baby pink, we've got a hot pink, and he's just adding in a beautiful warm goldy sort of colour, goldy coppery bronze colour. There we go. So a little lovely cup of where he's literally a unique to Wayne, just one-off mix of things. Obviously you don't have to do that, you can do all of this in one colour. He's also got, now this is the body part. Now in that cup there he has got some of the beautiful same sort of colour faux pearl beads that we bought years and years ago from Hobbycraft, which is a retailer over here in the UK. I know they don't still do them, unfortunately. So again, there won't be a link in the description box for that. I'm really sorry about this, but Wayne found them and thought, oh no, I've got a project, I need to use those. That would be good. And then I, like I do, decided that I'd quite like to use them as well. So I have used them in all 3 of my bowl designs in some way, shape or form, or gone with those sorts of colours. So that'll be in the previous 3 videos to this one. He's also then just trying to get it all to tie in, all these pieces that he's making to tie in one another. He's adding those lovely little stars again, which are gorgeous. Very cute. And as I said, you don't have to do exactly what we're doing. This is just a how-to. This is what we've decided to do, to see what it looks like. And, you could just sort of look at our video and use it as a base thereof to make your own design and creation. Whether you decide to go for the same project as we're going or a different project entirely, obviously it's completely up to you. Now he's using resin there. Now it's not our usual tea expert, unfortunately. I think this one is either by Let's Resin or J Diction. It is a 1-to-1 mixing ratio. The resin he has used will be linked in the description box. It's a good brand to use, but it's not our favourite. Our all-time favourite at the moment is Tea Expert resin, although we have had the pleasure of using some resin by a company called Mould, and that's MOULDD. which we used in a video that we did for jellyfish. If you've not seen that, that was a lovely piece of wall art that we did after we'd also had a private one-to-one tuition session with, well, it was actually us and about six others resin artists with Jules from Resin Jules, which was great, lovely experience. Anyway, moving on. So here we are. Wayne has poured in the resin, glitter and star mix into these. It does look like a tree. I reckon you could use this as a tree. Doesn't have to use it as antlers. They are antlers. So you can probably guess that it's going to be a reindeer. And reindeer, yes, I know you're thinking Christmas, and yes, you could use it for Christmas, but you could use this for any time during the year. You could have it out all year round. But I have got a few ideas for maybe some Christmas videos, which we won't be doing for a while yet, so don't panic. But to make some beautiful reindeers with the antlers for Christmas, whether you decide to hang decorations off these antlers or not, whether it's, you know, the lovely foil, patterned foil covered chocolates, or leave them blank, nothing hanging from them, whether you fill them with glitter and clear resin, whether you use your metallic powders, so silver, bronze, gold, coppers, all that sort of thing. So Wayne's very carefully filled in all those because this is a very thin mould. It's not very deep, and so he's just being very careful. We have sped it up a little bit because this took him sort of 10 minutes to do. So here we go. We're going to deal with the mould for the body part, and he is using the lovely bead mix there, and he's going to add in the leftover resin from the antlers. Just going to incorporate it all, so he's just putting it all in. And as you can see, Wayne is wearing his signature black nitrile gloves. Don't forget to protect yourself when using resin and mica powders. Follow all the usual guidelines that come on the bottles of resin as to how you mix it. We always go for a 1-to-1 mixing ratio. Always, always wear gloves. Wear gloves. You don't want to get this on your skin. Wear a respirator mask. Work in a well-ventilated area. Protect any surfaces that might get resin on them, because it will damage the surfaces when it's in its liquid form. And also make sure that you protect yourself. So wear sensible clothing, cover your arms, don't wear baggy sleeves, all the usual straightforward stuff that I'm sure you all already know. So having bored you all to tears now with that, we will move on. So he stirred the resin in with the lovely bead and star mix there. Gorgeous. Look at those beautiful colours. As I said, I did use these particular colours and shades of bead. I used some of them in our previous 3 videos to this, where I've made some beautiful bowls. Now, a little bit of a rookie error. He should have really poured just some bit of clear resin in first into the ear sections of the mould, then give them a bit of a squish and then start pouring in. Spoiler alert, when he demolds, one of the ears is a little bit, should we just say not complete, but it is fixable. Definitely is fixable. Right. Okay, so here we go. He's just going to pour the rest of this lovely resin bead mix in. He's just trying, again, he's trying to squish bits of the mould. He's trying to push the pearls down, because he wanted them packed in as tightly as possible. And he really, really didn't want, nobody wants air bubbles or air bubbles trapped or air pockets where you've just not got any of the embellishments or that you're going to in your resin or the resin itself in the mould. Yeah, because unfortunately you'll have what happened to us with this one. Poor little reindeer. Never mind. So there we go. He's just very carefully pouring it in. As you can see, this mould it's stable enough, but it's not as stable as some when you're pouring resin into it. So make sure you've got one hand position just in case it topples, because you don't want it spilling everywhere. You don't want the resin coming out of the mould and spilling all over your working area. It's a big clean-up job if that happens. There we go. And obviously a waste of resin too. Right, so There you go. He's just going to put a bit more in, I think, here. Do make sure with this one that you fill it right the way to the top. A few more of those stars going in and some more of these lovely bigger pearls. Now these bigger round pearls, I think, were off of a bracelet I used to have. So we're really recycling here. And also not buying brand new. We're using things that we've had for a long time. Another suggestion that I heard recently, somebody does, not actually a crafter, but just somebody that looks for clothes and things. Why not check out your local thrift or charity shops? We have a lot of charity shops over here in the UK. Go and see what they have on offer in the way of jewellery pieces. Do they have any faux pearl pieces? Is there anything that you can use to put in resin? It's worth checking it out. It's worth having a look. Right. So here's the round pot. This is another mould that is used in this particular project. And again, what he's done is we've got some slightly different coloured beads, faux pearls in here. I do love those pinks and those sort of oyster creamy colours and the white. Look lovely with the little pops of that lovely sort of russety colour there, reddy colour. And and the lovely chocolate brown, a few of those beautiful little stars. Again, all he's trying to do is have it so that every piece that is in this finished project links into each other, which it does do. All will be revealed a bit later on. Very mysterious. So yeah. You've probably realised, if you haven't already, that this video is rather lengthy. It's just over 29 minutes long. We totally understand that some people do not have that amount of time to watch this video all in one go. So by all means, if you need to pause it or stop the video and come back later and watch the rest of it, do. We do appreciate all people, all of our viewers, whether you're a subscriber or not. If you're not one of our subscribers and you're watching and you've got a YouTube channel, then why not hit the subscribe button and the notification bell? You know, we upload 3 videos a week. They're always how-to or unboxing, and we do the odd collaboration as well, depending on the time of year. If there's a particular holiday coming up, like Halloween or Valentine's Day or Christmas, quite often we take part in collaboration events, so our video is added to a long playlist of other artists and crafters, not all resin. Some people make things out of air dry clay, maybe some painters, maybe some people that do decoupage and so on. It's a good thing to watch if you've got some time to spare, but we do notify you on our community page as well as to when we're taking part in those. But if you hit the notification bell, you will know then that we upload 3 times a week on a Wednesday, a Friday and a Sunday, and that's 5 o'clock UK time. Just recently we've been putting out some longer videos. We used to do them, they were no longer than about 15 minutes, but we found that we were having to cut short or miss out certain steps to the process of how we make things. So as was requested, we've kept some of the stages in, we haven't sped up some of the clips, so hence why you've got longer videos, but we do intersperse it every now and then. It depends with other videos that aren't as lengthy as this one, and it just depends, to be honest. It depends on the project that we're making, the processes involved, and so on. So there we are. If you haven't got a YouTube account, it is free to make a YouTube account. Do that. It's free to subscribe. We do appreciate everybody that does that. Now, if you've joined us in the live chat, hello to everybody in the live chat. We appreciate you as well. We also appreciate everybody that's watching that's not in the live chat, because we understand it's not everybody's thing to take part in that sort of thing. But we are here, myself, Wayne and Hugo, the 3 of us that make up Lottie Jasmine Designs, here to answer all your questions. Wayne is another creator and designer, crafter like myself, and Hugo does all the video and audio editing and keeps up to date with all our social media content. So if you've got any questions for the 3 of us, then please just pop them in the comments. Put it in the comments, put it in the live chat, whichever you want to do. Now, Wayne has just done the lid for the hexagon-shaped pot. This does not have any large pearls in it because the mould is literally just two. Actually, just thinking about this is not the lid. This is the pot itself. Apologies. The space between the outer and the inner wall of this mould for this pot is so narrow that you can only put the seed pearls and the little stars in it. But that's absolutely fine. Doesn't take away any beauty from it, from the finished piece. It still looks lovely. Now, this is the lid. Now, the lid, I'm not going to lie, it's a little bit odd. It doesn't have a lip on it like a lot of lids that we've made. I have no idea why. But it either just lies flat on top of the pot, the hexagon shaped pot, or you can turn it the other way around and it does indent slightly into the pot itself, which is probably the way I would display it. But yeah, so what have we had? We've made a reindeer body, we've made a tree or reindeer antlers, we've made a round pot with no lid, we've made a hexagon shaped pot, and we've made the hexagon lid. What do you think this might be? Because this is as one complete piece. But what do you think it might be? So pop your answers in the comments box as to what you think it might be. And, you know, or you don't have to comment if you don't want to. You can just wait and see. And, of course, if you've seen the thumbnail picture, you probably already know. But there we go. So again, he's just trying to get those seed pearls just to go down the sides. Now these, again, a little spoiler alert, they did float a bit to the surface. But, you know, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. I suppose the only way to stop that is to pack a lot more of them in. But we were limited with the amount of seed pearls that we had. But we're hoping that this ties in with the other pieces that Wayne has done so far, because it's still got the seed pearls, the little tiny seed pearls, and it's got the lovely little stars in it. So, another mould. Another mould, I hear you say. Yes, another mould. Again, we've got the seed pearl mix. Not a lot of room to put additional beads in, but he does do that. I think he actually does that off camera. You don't see that happen. He did try and do that with some rice, it's like grain of rice shaped beads, but you'll see at the end. So yeah, he's just carefully pouring over this mould. Now, what do you think this mould is for? It's unusual. It looks unusual to me, but I can see how it would be very, very useful. Very useful. But yeah, so there we go. So just making sure he's getting every last little bit out. I do love this. It does give a bit of a hint of Christmas, I suppose, because it's got the sparkle and it's the stars and it's the fact it's a reindeer. Although you can use the antler part of the mould, you could use that as a tree. That's my opinion anyway. But yeah, so just getting out every last little bit and then realising, of course, that you do not have enough resin in there. And of course, you do need to top this one right up to the top to make sure it is fully filled. So he's just filling it up now. Sorry about the closeness of the plastic cup there and the shot. That's not a particularly great shot of this. Sorry about that. You know what it's like. You get engrossed in what you're doing. You completely forget that you're filming. Either you've just got, 5 minutes of just seeing your hands in shot, or, a few moments of seeing a mixing beaker up close and personal to the camera itself. And in case you're wondering, we film all of these videos just using the camera on our phones. We found it to be, we do have a camera that you can film videos on, but to be honest with you, until we can update that and get a much better one, we will stick with using our regular mobile phone, using the camera function, the video camera function on those. Right, any other questions regarding how we do the filming or how the editing is done or what software is used, then please address those comments and those questions to Hugo, and he will obligingly answer you with what we use. There we go. as he's our tech whiz when it comes to that. And obviously, as I've already said, he is responsible for the video and audio editing of these videos, visual and audio editing, of these videos, and also, you know, doing all the social media content for us too. I do the odd posting to Instagram of sneak peeks and things. So if you are also on Instagram, so why not check us out on there? You'll see maybe some sneak peeks of future projects and things. And don't forget, we do have a community page too on our YouTube channel here, which we do sometimes post updates as well about whatever's going on, or what we might be doing, or what we're thinking of doing, or, you know, asking you guys questions. You know, what would you like to see? Have you got a particular thing you'd like to try and use, and so on. Right, so he's finished that one. Now, I believe this is the final mould. And he's got a whole selection of faux pearl beads. He's got rice beads, seed beads in there. He's got the tiny pearl seed beads. He's got the stars. There's a whole mix of it in there. A whole big mix of it all. It's beautiful. So he's just at this point, I think he was just deciding, is this going to be enough? Is this going to be enough for this mould? So it is a rectangle shaped mould. He has poured out all the beads. Now, the thing I would do differently, if this was me doing it, and this isn't me doing it, this is Wayne, I would have mixed all of those beads in with the resin, and I would have put a small amount of resin down first over the entire base of the mould, surface of the mould, and then poured the beads and the resin, or then placed the beads down and then put the resin over the top, or mixed the beads into the resin and poured that over it. But he wanted to do his best to ensure that those beads stayed where they were, which doesn't work. You do risk having one side of this piece without resin on it, but I can't remember, I'm afraid, because I wasn't present when he was actually making this one. I usually am. I'm usually in the same room, watching what he's doing, operating the camera function on the phone for him. But on this particular occasion, I wasn't. So, yeah. So I'm not sure if he's going to move some of those beads around or not. But he's making sure that he's scraping out every last little bit of resin. You do need to make sure that your beads are covered with resin as well. Anything that you put needs to be in the resin, needs to be encapsulated within it. There we are. So he's just pushing them down a little bit there. Now, some of the resin will already have travelled underneath it, and he then left that to cure. Now, I did spritz everything with some isopropyl alcohol to get rid of any surface beads, and this is him a good 24 hours. So Wayne is a lot more patient than me. I'd only wait 12 hours, but he did wait 24 hours for this because he was concerned about the fragility of these antlers before he started to demold. So there you go, carefully. Now you take the mould away from the project, not the project away from the mould, otherwise it'll break. Now, those are beautiful. He's got some overpour that he needs to deal with a little bit there, but they look beautiful. Probably not showing up so much on that background, but they do look stunning. So this is a little hexagon shaped pot. Now, have you guessed? If you've not looked at the thumbnail, if the title hasn't given it away, have you guessed what this is yet? Have you guessed what it is yet? This is a lovely little pot, to be suitable for anything, putting anything in it. Now, this is the lid that goes with it, and you'll see what I mean about the fact it doesn't actually have a lid or a lip. Do you see what I mean? It just, if you put it on like that, it just sort of moves around. It's a bit, yeah, not certain. Did go back and check the mould, and the mould doesn't have a lip on it either. But never mind. So this is the round cylinder-shaped pot. Some of the beads have come up to the surface on the bottom there, and the resin hasn't completely covered it, so it hasn't got a completely flat base. Wayne's going to have a think about whether or not he's going to add a very thin layer of resin to the base of it or not. Not sure at the moment what he's going to do. Yeah, So if you haven't guessed already, this is actually a dressing table set. And you use it for displaying jewellery, putting jewellery and makeup and all sorts. That's beautiful. I love that. Can you see the pops of glitter and the star molds and the seed beads? They look really, really good in that. See, some of them have floated. Some of them haven't. But it's nice. It looks really, really nice. And here we are. Our little friend, the reindeer. Look at those lovely colours. Lovely colour beads in those. Really, really good effect. Now, yeah, it's at this point coming up that Wayne realises one of the ears. There, you see? Poor little ear. He's got like a couple of a star and a bead, and then oops. Yeah. So that is fixable. He is going to be fixing that. He hasn't done it yet, so you'll see it in the finished piece, in the finishing shots with it unfixed, but he is going to fix it. Now this is the other piece. So the reindeer, the antlers go into the head of the reindeer. They're secured in there, and again you can put rings on it, you can display your necklaces on it, bracelets, if that's what you want to do, or it can be just a completely decorative piece. The round pot, totally up to you what you put in that. And the hexagon pot with the lid, again, totally up to you what you put in that. But this one here now, this apparently is to put nail polishes or lipsticks or brushes in. So if you have a lot of lovely lipsticks or nail polishes that will fit into the spaces in this mould, then it would look good. It keeps everything all nice and tidy. Or you don't have to use it for that. You could actually use it to store, if you've got some favourite pens, pencils, that sort of thing. It would look lovely as part of a desk tidy. You know, if you're a home worker or if you want to put it in a study, it would look lovely. So yeah, just struggling a little bit with this mould. First time it's been used, and it's got all those individual sections in it. I think he's coping really well actually with the demould part. So it's not just me that struggles sometimes. There we go. Almost there, guys. Almost there. There we are. Right. We're getting there. We're almost at the end of the video now. So if you've stayed with us till now, thank you very much for sticking with us. Don't forget to say hi. Tell us whether you've enjoyed the video or not. And yeah. And, you know, whether or not, you know, you'd use any different colours. Would you do different versions? You know, what would you use these pieces for? So there we go. Look at that with all those lovely stars. Almost look like little flowers. So there we are. That is the final bit. All the moulds demoulded. Oh no, I forgot. So this is the base. So this is almost like the tray part. And everything else is supposed to sit on it. Now look at that. That looks lovely. Very nice. That would look very nice as a centerpiece on a table with other things like candles in, you know, bowls or dishes and so on. So this is the idea of what you do. There we are. And this is the final shot. Now, he did secure the antlers into the head of the reindeer there, as you can see. Looking absolutely stunning. I have definitely got to do that in a silver. Definitely, and a gold and a bronze and a copper. And there is the hexagon-shaped pot and also the nice little desk tidy, or for brushes, lipsticks, and also the round pot and that beautiful sort of lovely rectangle shaped tray. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, give us a thumbs up, and we will see you again in a few days time with a different themed video. Take care everyone. Bye bye.